Imagine this. You've been working in Germany for a few years. Your income has just crossed a certain limit, and suddenly you get a letter from your public health insurance provider. The message? You are now voluntarily insured, or in German, freiwillig versichert. Please let us know how you'd like to proceed. And then the questions start. Voluntary insured? Sounds like freedom, but is it really? Can I switch to a private health insurance now? Should I? What happens if I don't? So you open Google, click a few comparison sites, and quickly realize, this is more complicated than you thought. The truth is, the rules are not easy. They depend on your job, your income, and your plans. And most people don't even know what kind of member they are in the first place. One of my clients recently told me, Natalia, I always thought private insurance was only for the rich, until I realized I actually qualify. But then I faced an even harder question. Is it the right long-term choice for me? And believe me, she is not the only one. The problem most people face is threefold. The qualification rules are complex and often misunderstood. There is conflicting advice everywhere you look. What works for your colleague might be completely wrong for you. And let's be honest, there is often a focus on selling policies rather than helping you make the right decision for your specific long-term situation. That's exactly why I made this video. I'm Natalia Shevchenko. I'm independent health and health advisor. For over 12 years, I've helped international professionals like you to navigate this exact decision. In my role as health insurance advisor, I help people find the right long-term strategy for their unique situation. Today, in part 1, I'll share exactly who can switch to private insurance in Germany. In part 2, we'll dive deeper into who should actually make the switch and who would be better off staying in the public system, even if they technically qualify. By the way, if you're already researching specific plans, check out my video Private Health Insurance in Germany by 90% Choose Wrong, where I explain how to avoid the common mistakes when comparing different tariffs. Before we dive into specifics, let's clarify the 3 basic ways to qualify for private health insurance in Germany. Before we dive into specifics, let's look at the 3 basic ways to qualify for private health insurance in Germany. Number 1, income threshold. You are employed with a gross annual salary above 73,800 euro as of 2025. Number 2, self-employment. You work for yourself regardless of income level. Number 3, civil service. You are a Beamter, civil servant, also regardless of income level. But here is something that often overlooked in discussions. Just because you can switch doesn't mean you should. Private health insurance is not a simple product. It's a complex, lifelong decision that affects not just your finances, but your health options for decades to come. So let's look at each qualification path in detail to understand who can make the switch. Okay, if you're employed in Germany, there is a critical distinction you need to understand. Within the public insurance, you are either Pflichtversichert, compulsory insured, or freiwillig versichert, voluntary insured. If you earn more than 73,800 euro per year as of 2025, you are no longer compulsory insured. And just like the name says, voluntary insured means you have a choice: stay public or go private. And here's something most people don't realize. Out of more than 73 million people in the public system, only about 6 million have the options to switch. That's less than 10% of the population. This is why many Germans might tell you private insurance is impossible to get, because for 90% of them it actually is. But here's where it gets interesting. Of those who can switch, only a small percentage actually do. Why? Because they are weighing important factors beyond just the price tag. If you're an employed professional, here is what you should consider. How stable is your career path? Do you plan to reduce hours or take sabbaticals in the future? Might you move abroad in a couple of years? Are you planning to have children? And last but not least, do you have pre-existing conditions? Each of these factors dramatically changes whether private insurance is right for you, even if you qualify. By the way, once you've decided to explore private insurance, you'll need to know what to actually look for in a plan. In my video, Private Health Insurance in Germany, the 90% mistake, I walk through the exact questions to ask when comparing plans. The link is in the description of this video. Now, if you are self-employed, the rules are different. You can choose private insurance regardless of your income level. This is because as a self-employed person, you are automatically considered as voluntarily covered in the public system. But this freedom comes with responsibility. And here's my honest recommendation. For self-employed, I recommend private insurance only if your income is stable and above 60,000 euro per year. Otherwise, it can quickly become a financial risk. Why? Because unlike employees, self-employed people don't have the safety net of unemployment insurance. If your business faces difficulties, you still need to pay those private insurance premiums. I've considered many cases where people switch to private insurance because it seems cheaper initially, only to face unexpected financial challenges years after when their situation deteriorated. Remember, private health insurance could be for life. The decision you make today will impact your situation in the future. Okay, let us summarize. In this first part, we've covered two major groups of people who can technically switch to private health insurance in Germany: employed professionals above the income threshold and self-employed individuals. But knowing if you can switch is just the first step. In part 2, we'll continue with civil servants and students and why their situation is different, special considerations for expats and international professionals, the key questions to ask yourself before making the switch, and who should actually stay in the public system, even if they qualify for private. Make sure to check out part 2 to get the complete picture. The link is in the description below. Want to go deeper and make the right decision for your specific situation? Join my upcoming free webinar, Private versus Public Health Insurance in Germany, Making the Right Choice for Your Future. Sign up through the link in the description below. Or if you'd prefer to talk about your situation one-on-one, you can book a free, no-obligation consultation with me. That link is also in the description. Your health, your wealth, your future. I'm Natalia, and I'm here to help you navigate health insurance system in Germany in the way that truly works for you. See you in the part 2 of this video or in our first consultation. Bye!